Hey, howdy ho, welcome to my channel. My name is Jojo Ma, and if you haven't been here before, I like to talk about gaming news. And also, if, the lighting looks like we're in a horror film, it's because you are. That's my life right now, because I'm trying to figure out this lighting. So, I've messed with it for like 30 minutes, and I'm just done. Okay, and remember, this is what we're doing. I don't know if you've done this before, but we are analyzing this video. All right, so first thing we have is the male and female protagonist off the bat, off the rip, doing their farm work. But this is the interesting part after that. We've got our girl climbing, and also she's wearing all the blue. That's an interesting change up. I wonder if you can change the color of your outfit whenever you make your character. Um, third of spring, right? And she's climbing this wall vine, this creeping vine. Okay. Okay. Then this one, I wanted to stop here, of course, because if you notice, there's a few things that we'll point out, and it's top left catches your eye immediately. And if you've played Winds of Anthos before, then you know that whenever you have an objective, it'll show the next step at the top left. It's also the first day of spring, so I'm guessing it's the first year, because also 4 hearts, it can't be like too crazy. I'm guessing you're playing as the male and that the female in this case is your best friend, because I think that's the premise of the game. If you're the male, then the female's going to be your best friend. So they're sneaking up on the wolf. Or no, they're sneaking around the wolf. We're not sneaking up on it, we're going around it. And we're trying to get to this marker here. And then they just kind of like show a few different scenes, right? And I want to talk about this one because it says Harvest Goddess Glade and Harvest Goddess Statue Altar. So I'm wondering if this is after, like it takes place after Winds of Anthos, or if it's a different place altogether, because this looks very similar to whenever you defeat Winds of Anthos, which, I'm not going to spoil too much for you, but there is an area that looks almost exactly like this in Winds of Anthos. But based on the map at the top right, I'm going to say it's not exactly that place, but it reminds me of it. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it or what, but maybe it's just a different area of the same world and they have the same goddess, the harvest goddess. But also, look at her. She's wearing the main girl's clothing, the protagonist, but she's got blonde short hair. So I was like, okay, is this a customization thing? Like, can we in Winds of Anthos, you could change your hair color, but you couldn't really change much more of your appearance other than choosing to be a male or female prototype, character. And now it's looking more and more like, with a couple other scenes combined with this one, it's starting to look more like you can customize a few more things about your character. Sorry, my hair's everywhere. This right here, this is our first hint at the lore of Teradea in the game. Long ago, back when the cherry blossoms bloomed in all their glory atop that hill, there were no wolves, and we could walk the grassy plains without a care in the world. So, here we go. First of all, I'm like, why are we villainizing wolves? But anyway, obviously the wolf has something to do, or the wolves and that line has something to do with this guardian that they've talked about, and we've gotten a little bit of information just from, like, the plush that they've, like, proposed whenever you do pre-order. So, the wolves have something to do with the loss of cherry blossoms. I mean, there's cherry blossoms a bloomin', but if you look closely, this large tree in the background over here is not a bloomin'. So, if you want to watch it, go for it. I'm going to link it for you. And it'll be in the description as well if you missed that. But I previously talked about in the last video that there was, in a few of the different Harvest Moon games, there was like this theme with like a tree dying, and it's connected to spirituality, and people basically like revering the harvest goddess and like taking care of the land. And once they like forgot about her and didn't go visit her and talk to her wherever she was and make offerings or whatever they did with her, there would be consequences to the land. And there's like, you know, basically storms in the ocean that stopped the shipments from coming in. And basically nature was just out of balance. And I think they're doing kind of the same thing here, and you can watch more of it in that video with like the little sapling that they have in the base of this tree on the cover of their game. To me, it was kind of like, okay, this is actually a clue to what the game is going to be about. And to me, it makes me really happy because it's like they're going back to their roots. I know. Don't worry, it's fine. They're going back to their roots of what Harvest Moon has always kind of been about, which is, I mean, they kind of did it in Once Upon those too, but I really like that they're actually bringing this tree into it, and nature is out of balance, and so now these wolves have showed up, and anyway, so it's like things are out of balance. There's something crazy going on, so we're gonna have to restore balance to nature. My guess, my guess. Okay, so then you have this cutscene, right? And it's a cutscene. It's not. And look at that. Look who's right there. The tree. So this tree is here in this scene, right? With the guardian wolf lady. And this looks like it might be from the first day as well, like whenever you were trying to sneak over to that objective with the marker, the map marker that we were talking about earlier, where you sneak around the wolves. Okay, so then you've got this wolf scene. So I really think I'm onto something here. I think I'm onto something. I don't know. Anyway, so there's that. Okay, and then more of this. We're gonna go to the next thing. Trying to not block too much of this, but hey, hurry up and get that bottle, Mara, says Kukri, I guess is how you say it. So this looks like the main character as well. At first I thought it might be a bachelorette, but it's the same character from before with the Harvest Goddess statue scene that we got earlier. So it's starting to look, you know, likely that you can customize your character in more ways than just with changing your hair and eye color and maybe your skin tone, and that's it, you know. And this next scene after this stormy one gives credence to that as well, because this is the male character and it's the same thing like the beginning of the game, you know, third of spring, you've got 4 hearts, like it's really stormy. And so this one actually though makes me think even more so like, what if you can change not only your hair type, but like where you start the game, right? Maybe you can choose where you start the game because this is the beginning of the game. And then this is the beginning of the game in a different place, Maple Hill Town. So, I don't know, but I think I'm onto something here. Again, third of spring, 4 hearts. Like, there's no way this is like year 2. And this is just going to be really early in the game. So, I'm just thinking you can start in different places. I wonder. No, that can't be it. You got to start. I bet you start and you get to customize your character. I don't know. I don't know. There's no way that they made it to another town on the 3rd day. Like, that's just too fast. So I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe it just starts that quickly. Like, you start and then there's the wolves and you got to sneak around. And then literally they're like, all right, go to the next place. And so maybe that was, as they're showcasing the game, different variations. Like, you can choose a path to go, like which place you want to go next. But it's possible maybe that you start in different areas on the map. I don't know. I don't know. We're just talking here. We're speculating because they haven't actually given us that information yet. And then you got this Weasley here. And he's saying, his name's Jimmy. Says, hey, Shirley, Ahmad, it's time to clean the store. Stop slacking off and get to work. So surely, I mean, if that outfit doesn't, in that hairstyle doesn't scream protagonist like anymore, she's got to be a bachelorette, right? And then he might be too, but he's also wearing like very basic clothes. So I'm gonna guess he's just another like random NPC, but I don't know. Okay. Oh boy. Some people are gonna be like not happy about that, but in the per my last video, Doc Jr. is definitely in this game. And we also get the return of the little harvest goddess. And look at her little statues. These are, I mean, not to spoil the games too much, but this is a fast travel location. But they usually have to be unlocked. You have to go find them on the map first. Okay, so Tiny Harvest Goddess looking sly here. I kind of wanted to look at this blonde chick again because now we actually get to see her face. And she has a similar face to the protagonist that's like on the case and everything, the brunette one. Tiny Harvest Goddess is saying to her, maybe that's why I haven't heard from the sprites either. If this keeps up, my Harvest Goddess power might disappear completely. I just think that's exactly what's happening. Is something to do with something is happening with nature, right? She said she hasn't heard from the sprites. So I wonder if she's asking you if you've heard from the sprites or if she's just saying, like, I haven't heard from this person or the sprites. I don't know. But if it keeps up, my goddess power might disappear completely. Just gonna leave it at that. Because I don't want to. I mean, like, we're halfway through the video, so I'm trying to not go too slow. Okay. Then we have this cutscene over here. This guy's name is Hank, clearly a bachelor. And he says, sorry, gotta borrow this. Takes the horse. And I thought at first when I watched this, like, why? I thought when I first watched this that she was also gonna be a bachelorette. But now looking at her clothes, I'm thinking this is another variation of the protagonist and you can customize. So I guess he stole her horse, like your horse. Okay, and then I don't know. I guess I'll creep over here. This guy we already saw in the other trailer and we talked about it a little in the last video. And his name's Bryce. He says, hey, you there. Where do you think you're going? The mansion's entrance is over there. This might be like an introductory event to this bachelor. Not really sure. And obviously this is, well, I say obviously. This could be you playing as the main character, being a female protagonist, but I'm not sure. Okay. And then we have this chick who looks like you'd expect of the beach area bachelorette. Like clearly that's one of our bachelorettes, right? I'm not the only one, right? Like, so moving on. There's storms, right? There's storms behind her. This looks like a bachelorette. Does she have glasses? Glasses. Could be someone's mom. Could be a bachelorette. I don't know. Lorelei. Oh, grandfather, they say. So we have this chick. I don't know. And we have this beautiful soul. It kind of reminds me of the last game as well, Winds of Anthos character, but that's okay. So clearly there's some like horrible weather situation going on at the beach. There's our girl from earlier. What's her name? Shirley. Shirley. She's playing some kind of music, which it looks like she's in like one of the wilderness areas or something under a bridge. So maybe like the entrance to their town. And it looks almost like we're in a desert, but I'm not really sure what's going on. And she's playing a harmonica. So I'm wondering what's going on with that. I wonder if there's like a wolf or something. And this is like a cutscene of her saving you. There's somebody traveling in the fog. I'm not sure what's going to happen to them. Okay. I'm going to move over here. Okay. So here we have one of these harvest goddess statues that area behind us looks like the beginning of the game or the spring area of the map. And I guess what's happening here is maybe she unlocked. Let's see, I'm gonna watch it again. Okay, it looks like she made an offering to the statue, which is going to be different from Winds of Onthos. And you've got this very, like, vibrant 3D Harvest Sprite character popping up. Did she call it a Harvest Sprite? Or a Nature Sprite? Oh my gosh. I gotta go look. Nature. Nope, she just says sprites. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say, I'm gonna call them Harvest Sprites, because that's what I know them as from previous games. So, anyway, I guess that's how you find them, is maybe make an offering to these statues, but I'm not sure what that would look like. You know, I have no idea what that is. You can see something we talked about in previous videos with the ice structure blocking that area of the map. So we found a harvest sprite, so there they are. I guess that's how you find them in this game. And it looks, unfortunately, like he's about to give us something, which is probably the seeds, and everyone hated that, so I'm really hoping they don't do that again, but they might. Where every time you find the harvest sprite or nature sprite, they give you seeds, and it's just like one, and it sucks. Okay, but anyway. So, this is cool because this is our first, oh wow, the 4th of spring, so yeah. We're in a specific area that is not really labeled. It has 1 star out of 3. I don't know if that means, like, the mines or the wilderness area or what that means. I don't know where that is, but we're in the mine, and it's looking a lot like the similar, you know, like Winds of Onthos mining mechanics, where you can get crushed by falling boulders and debris, and you can also fall into these little pitfalls here, so that's great. A lot of people hated that as well, but I kind of thought it was fun because it made it really challenging. I see this map here. Yes, yes, yes. There's also like a barn behind us, and there's a horse in the distance, and it looks like a tent back there maybe, but it's kind of hard to tell. It might be just like a house with something tent-like out front. Anyway, there's a well, and this is our plot. This is Quarry Top Village, which is snowy and it's spring. So that's interesting because it makes me think, you know, it's the same thing as Winds of Onthos, where you have these different towns that are seasonal based. They don't really change. Like, even if it's spring or summer, it will still be snowy there, I guess. Where you can only grow certain types of things. Or maybe that's not true because she's watering a radish right now. And it looks like some kind of celery, which are spring plant, you know, that's a pansy. So these are actually I think that's maybe a rhubarb. I don't know. These actually are very spring-like crops. So I'm wondering if they changed some of that to where you can grow any type of crop. I bet you can grow, was it like that in the last game? I don't remember, but you can grow maybe like spring crops if it's spring, even if you're in the fall area, but you can also grow fall crops in the fall area, autumn, whatever, maybe. And I thought that was interesting too. I wanted to move my camera so you could see this weird thing over here. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I'm very curious about what that is. There's our fishing. Spirit Tree of Summer, Spring of the Summer Spirit. I have no idea what any of this means. I don't know where these places are. I don't know. I don't know what any of that means. I don't know. Okay, this part was interesting too, because there's actually consequences for running into wild animals when you're not like prepared, which I don't remember that being a thing in Winds of Onthos. Like, I don't remember, but I don't remember passing out whenever I like came across them. I thought they just like, I really don't remember, but she passes out because obviously a bear is going to be a big deal. Like, why are you approaching a bear on your 3rd day of spring when you have 4 hearts? Now you lost your stuff. But it looks like you can go back and get it, so that's good. Okay, failing flower river. No, falling flower river. Jeez. It looks like he's wearing like summery clothes like you would wear on like the island, right? So I'm like, is this it's the same thing. Third day of spring, whatever. They're just showcasing the game. So I'm just wondering if they're just being lazy and not changing the dates and whatnot to show us different areas of the map and different like character customization stuff. Or if you actually can start at different points in the map. I don't know. It's just another case right here to prove that it's something that could happen. And then we have this deserty area, which it looks like she's about to end up Great Sand Sea, Great Dry River. It looks like she's about to end up in a village, maybe, because of this structure over there. I don't know. It's cool to have like the Northern Light thing going on too. I like that they're showing us different areas of the game that they've been working on, but this is the same exact like scene of the city we got earlier, just with a different character model and different time of day. So now we've got this like very cute um Japanese inspired outfit, I think, maybe based on like the sash, and it looks kind of silky. But then we have like our blonde short-haired protagonist again. So okay, horse. And now we've got camping, and that's pretty much the end of our preview, right? Like, let's go. Okay. So I'm like excited about how the game's going to go and what we can actually do and what we'll learn. I think, look at the dog. The animal models look really good. The people look better than they did before. I definitely like this protagonist model a lot better than the last game, at least for the female character. I played as a male character, like I said in the last video. I played as a male just because I could not stand how she looked. And her face drove me crazy. I don't know. I like that you can camp in this one too. It makes it like feel more realistic, like I'm actually going on a journey. I have an adventure. And I like that it's a different mechanic than we were used to, because before you could just kind of like fast travel to your, at least in Winds of Onthos, that was one thing that I was like, I like that they were trying to do something new, but I hated it at the same time. Like I hated having to go, I don't know, it was like, you can just move your house because Doc is a genius. And it was just very like Harry Potter to me, where it's like Hermione's got a bag and it's actually this big inside, and it was like, you can't just make a house appear wherever you want it to and then fast travel anytime you want. Like, it just made it less interesting and challenging and like realistic to me, which you could probably still do all of that because Doc is still in this game. But I do like that you have the option to camp, and it makes it seem like we're going on an adventure. Anyway, we're going on an adventure. There you go. This is what, I don't know what that is down there, but I'm just going to cover that. I'm just going to end it on this because this is whenever it's supposed to come out, and these are the platforms it will be on, including this thing down here, whatever that is. There was a pre-order deal where you can get a plush if you pre-ordered the game and whatever. And so it's coming out on Switch, Switch 2, PS5, Steam, and Xbox. I'm looking forward to it. That dog is so cute. Oh my god. And there's that sapling again. See how they're emphasizing the sapling and the tree and the whole thing? Let me know your thoughts. Comment with your ideas if you agree, if you disagree. Yeah, let me know if you're gonna get it. And I'm definitely getting it. I might have already pre-ordered it, but I don't remember. But anyway, so be on the lookout. Subscribe if you haven't, and get notifications and whatnot for my channel, because I am going to update you all every time there is some kind of information on this game released. And I'm really glad we got a trailer because it works out a lot better for me. And, I'm a very I love gameplay trailers, and I love watching the trailers for the games before they come out, because like screenshots just don't do it justice. Like, you get a lot more information from watching the live gameplay. So I'm excited to see what it looks like and what we can do and what more information they're about to release, because it'll be here before you know it. Like, it's the end of June, so I mean, we'll get this really quickly. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And like I said, subscribe if you haven't already and share with your friends, and please comment and like the video and all that stuff if you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.